everybody? Welcome into Boneyard Gaming's next deck guide, and we got a pretty sweet one for you today. So full disclaimer, I saw this deck in Trynet stream. I believe he crafted it midweek, and I know he puts a lot of videos out on his deck, so I thought it was only fair to kind of wait until he got his guide out, which he popped that out today. So we'll put links in our description, making sure we give him full credit. And I usually don't like to double dip on other people who have made a deck guide, so forgive me, but I couldn't resist. It's such a fantastic deck, and I had so much fun playing it. And so I kind of wanted to do my own spin on it, add my commentary to it, and really let you guys know about the combos that this deck has, and hopefully you have as much fun playing it as I did. So the objective here with the deck list is Operator is your big round one target, and hopefully you get Crow Messenger in your hand as well, and an Alchemy card. So like I said, it's a little bit heavy on needing certain combos to really pop off strong. But I will say that I had combos not go my way or draws not go my way, and we were still able to win a lot of other games. And I got beat in round one and had to go to a long round three and was still able to win. So we could win a lot of different ways with the deck. But ideally, Operator, Alchemy card, and your Crow Messengers in round one, you'll pop them out, you'll put one crow on your opponent's side, one crow on your side, and then get your other two crows so that you've got 3 total crows on your hand. Some other great combos that this has is Scald with your Skirmishers. So, these are 8-point plays right here. Plus, the deck thinning is tremendously good here. You are thinning your deck so well by... so say you don't get your combo or you don't get your cards. But if you can keep Scald in your hand and a Skirmisher, you're drawing cards into your deck to try and get your combo for you. So, these play for 8. The other great combo is if you can get Brenna Braun. She also combos with Morkvarg too. So if you can get Brenna, Morkvarg, and 1 Skirmisher, first of all, you've brought 2 cards into your hand that from your in your deck from your hand, and you've had a 15-point play right there off of that. So I mean, that's a huge play to be able to bring 2 cards in from your hand and discard Morkvarg and Skirmisher, who then go onto the board for a 15-point point slam. That's an insanely good combo. So since winning round 1 is so important, we've done it a few different ways. I will say Axel 3 Eyes does make for a great last say after you've played Scenario, but we've used him to win round 1 too if we've had to reach as well. So, maybe doing some Crow Eye spam. He combos really well with the beast that your leader provides. So certainly don't be afraid to use Axel in round 1 if you need to. Because it's really important that you win round 1. I really haven't played Scenario in round 1 very much at all, but it is important to win round 1. If need be, you could, but I just find it best to save that for round 3. So obviously, round 1 with your Operator and your Crow Messenger, getting Crow Mother out would be great as well. So Blue's Dream, your goal in round 2 is to play Blue Dream into their Crow Messenger, which pops for 16 points. If you've gotten Crow Mother out in round 1, it pops for 20. So that's pretty nice. Let's see. Well, actually, let's see. If you're playing, I'm sorry, Blue Dream is not a Alchemy card. So technically, in round 2, just playing Blue's Dream will make it a 16-point play. But then again, when you play the combo in round 3, via your Freya's Blessing. If you've got Crow Mother out, because it's an alchemy card, it turns your 16-point play into a 20-point play. So that's the great thing. In round 2, it'll be a 16-point play. In round 3, it'll be a 20-point play. Obviously, we've got Decoction in there for, you know, any tall removal that we need. So the other big combo in round 2, when you play your Blues Dream on your Crow Messenger, you'll want to purify because it'll give it Doomed. So you'll want to purify the Doomed version with Grimace in round 2. And then take into round 3 and play your scenario. And if you get that combo to go off, there's very few decks that have a chance at beating you in that play. I mean, it's a really, really good combination. So we'll jump into some games, and I picked 3 games that I really think show these combos at their best. So I really hope you guys enjoy, and Trynet, thank you for a wonderful deck. Enjoy, guys. Thanks. So welcome into game 1 here, and see our mulligans. We got our combo, discard combo down there. We got our Nearmancy for our operator, which is huge because we've got Crow Messenger in our hands. So, you know, there we go. We've got a big round 1 combo that we needed. We got Axel in case we want to really push hard in round 1. So we'll start off by getting operator. Putting a Crow Messenger on the enemy's, our opponent's side of the board. And like I said, finding out that you've got that combo readily available. We have an alchemy card in hand. You know, that's just the tip of the iceberg to how powerful this combo can really be. So now that we've got that handled, we'll go ahead and try to thin our deck a bit. Obviously, that alchemy card will really help Axel out. So another great synergy item that we've been able to bring in. We still got Messenger. We still got Crow Mother in our hand. So really, a really great round 1 hand. So perfect time just to go ahead and drop Messenger out. Like I said, we play wide. The one thing I'll tell you is you've got to almost be careful. That's why you want to go 3 rounds with this deck. Your card management, you can fill your side of the board up very quickly if you're not managing your cards correctly. Especially when you've got Scenario and the Crow Eyes Alchemy card in your hand. You know, you can, and especially like I said, every time you play a leader tick, that certainly adds cards in. So we're playing very wide with this deck, but that just means you have to be careful about how you manage the cards on the board. And because you are able to thin cards with our hand, certainly means that you're gonna see most all of the cards that you want. I never didn't see Scenario because of all the thinning we could do. So, like I said, very powerful round 1. We're able to point slam pretty hard. Get out everything that we want to see. We've got Grimace already in hand, which is fantastic. You know, Stunning Blow, I didn't talk about it much in the intro, but Stunning Blow has so much value. So certainly, you know, because we can play a lot of cards on the board, we need as many uninteractive cards or cards that are not putting units on the board as possible. So there we go. We drew into another powerful combo with Bryn there. So this is where Nearmancy's great. Like, you know, so now we get Blue Dream out. So this really shows the importance of our combo. So there we go. So there's our 16-point Crow Messenger play. Remember, it'll play for 20 in round 3. So we're just able to bleed opponents so well by replaying and thinning our entire deck.
I've no
Come on,
problems for my
Lady
time.
of the Wood.
Get fish, I instead of joking.
But like I said, he knows right out of the gate we mean business about playing our cards, so we'll go ahead and get Grimace down to
Not you again.
purify that Crow Messenger. We still have an alchemy card in our hand, 2 of them, so that we can get Crow Mother out this round and next round. You know, Symbiosis has been such a popular I think it's the most popular leader ability right now. So, you know, you're going to see it a lot. And you know, we beat it a few different ways, but this was just the most ideal way. So unfortunately, we only got 1 combo on the Morkvarg, so we'll have to get rid of another card. Since we've got Axel in our hand, we decide to keep our crow spam. We almost want to thin those out because, again, with scenario in round 3, just a lot of cards on the board. So really, getting these out now is important for just making sure that we don't have too many units in round 3. And like I said, I know we don't have scenario in our hand, and we've used Oneiromancy twice. But I didn't let that scare me very much, because just how we're able to thin cards. I did not have to worry. We have 7 cards left in our deck. So think about that. We're gonna be able to look at 5 of those cards. The chances of missing scenario is almost non-existent with this deck. So, you know, that's why I'm really positive here to make sure I keep 2 druids in my deck to make sure I can proc our scenario. Like I said, we're up pretty big, you know, so I don't think we're in any danger of losing last say. At this point, 18-point lead. We're down 2. Like I said, with their gourd, you know, they do well in a short round 3, but not as many. Gourd doesn't have anything on the points that we can put out. You know, I will say, the big thing you have to worry about in your round 3 is you know, heat wave is very prevalent right now. So, you know, we do have to worry about heat wave, but it's nice to be able to determine if lists it's easy to identify if you're running a devotion list. So you could definitely make sure you might play. If you find out they're not running devotion, there's almost certainly a chance that they've got heat wave in the deck. So that might alter your play a little bit, a little bit in your push, but devotion's pretty prevalent. So like I said, he catches up, so we're able to pass and make him burn a pretty good card to keep the hand that he wants for round 3. But he's out of leader ability. He has no leader charges, and we haven't touched our leader yet. You know. So I will say I was talking about not being scared about getting scenario. This was probably the closest I cut to missing on scenario. So, it is possible. But, I still... if we would have missed it, it wouldn't have mattered. It really wouldn't have mattered.
The humans grow bold. We must be vigilant.
So here we go. We are gonna go ahead and play the best phrase blessing you ever seen. And that's what makes this deck so powerful. I mean, just right there. We still have Axel in our hands, so now we can, spam crows. That's only gonna boost his potential. I mean, that almost plays as thick as Gord does. I mean, this was a perfect hand, don't get me wrong, but we beat Symbiosis. I lost round 1 and still won a powerful round 3 several times against Symbiosis. So, it can be done, but this was just we win by big points here because of how well we were able to bleed.
I can help you if you wish.
And look at that. I mean, it's not a huge round 1 or round 3 as far as cards in our hand, but it does not take much to fill our side of the board up. Yeah, I'm trying to manage where I put cards on the board. There was a couple games where I won where I couldn't play a card for the last 3 turns and I still won. Now we've got our 2 druids to boost our crows up. And, this is the great thing. You don't have to worry about locks. You don't have to worry about poisons. None of our engines need to really can't be stopped. They're all cards. There's nothing that really takes multiple turns to really have that engine get full value like a frigate would take or something like that. We're able to get it instantly with the way we roll. So we don't play too tall except for those 2 cards right there. So if you're playing Shield Wall where you have to worry about being dueled, those are the only 2 units where we go tall at all. And I always like to put it on Crow Mother in case she does get killed or removed. Maybe I have better chances of getting her back and minimizing the loss. She's always my target. He does get the reset on us, but look, it doesn't matter. We crushed him. So, game 2 here. I wanted to highlight Hidden Cache because, don't get it mistaken. Hidden Cache is still powerful. It's still a good deck. And if you look at Trynet's data report, Syndicate's doing just fine right now. I think the meta is actually in a pretty good spot. I know people are upset about Shield Wall, but I think it's pretty... it might need some tweaks, but the adjustments are pretty well here. So, he gets Von Hurst out, which is a powerful engine. Don't have... we've got decent removal in here. But he comes out fast on us and is really able to put up some points. So we do end up losing round 1, but... opponent makes a big mistake in pushing us round 2.
Looks like some light reading.
Well, like I said, we just are trying to get that engine off the board ASAP, minimize how many units he can put on the board. So we delay our combo just a little bit to just not let the points get away from us. Great thing is we're pretty much able to play units.
Mouth, any hole.
What do we do? Fire out our combo. I'm looking at bringing actually a hidden cache list here for my next guy. So right now we're looking at
Fish we're biting today.
see if the death blow triggered for devotion. So he just does. We are able to get our combo out, but he just brings too much to the table in round one. So we're going to concede it. Take the L on it. We think he did put a lot of good stuff out. We don't think we've played anything of significant value that wasn't meant to be played. So. You know, I think as maybe this deck becomes more prevalent, people will understand that they don't want to bleed. This is against even monsters. This is not a deck you want to bleed. In fact, you do want to force it into a long round 3 because the weakness of the deck is the fact that card management can become a huge issue with scenario and Crow's Eye. So I mean, that's really the best way to beat it is a long round 3. And got some good combos here. Yep, got Grimace. So we got exactly what we needed for a round 2. And the moment he, you know, I've never been so happy to get bled because I'm, you know, you just know what a mistake it was that he thought he could 2-0 us. He's gonna pay dearly for that. So right there, we come out. He's already committed his scenario, and we're up 16 just in one play. We've got our Grimace in hand. We've got our next play.
Oi, beautiful. Interested in some easy coin?
I'm gonna wait to purify it, and see, it's beautiful. Look at that right there, just like that. We've got Crowmother in our hand, which we needed her. We didn't get her round 2, but we needed her to make round 3's pro spam even more powerful. So just like that, we're able to thin a card from our deck that we desperately need. It just shows you why the Skirmisher combo is so good. Let's go ahead and get our Grimace out here and pop that off. But we know that we've got Axel in our hand for a very tall reach there, so we're not worried. He is. I mean, he's got a lot of engines on the board. He's putting up 4 points passively a turn now. But we do. We decide that we got to drop our scenario. But I mean, he's got all of his engines on the board, so he's committed seeing this round go long 2 because he knows in a round 3 his engines aren't going to be nearly what they are right now. He's committed to the bit. that's right. He did have heat wave. Doesn't matter though.
All into murk with a shrill cry.
We still got a great hand. I mean, this is a good illustration to show. I mean, heat wave, bomb heaver, they're still prevalent. Your scenario is going to get taken out. It's no need to panic. So, I mean, obviously, because we have to play one more point, he's going to get another proc when after we play our card. We have to play tall here. So I know that we're trying to figure out the math to try and make sure that our Axe of Three Eyes is going to be the right play without even having to put a leader tick on the board. And it was. So... got out of the round pretty well there. Like I said, that's why Axel's a great card. And think about that. If we don't get Crow Mother in our hand right there. So we've got Morkvarg comboed as well. We don't have Brenna in our hand. Got... making sure that we're not bricking alchemy cards. Fermion. We'll go ahead and thin our deck and get our Morkvarg out right away.
Don't you pester me.
See what we pull. So like I said, we still have our Neomancy. Right there is a 9-point play. You know, we haven't even played our Crow spam yet. And he's up to full 9 coins too. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still got a pretty powerful round 3 himself, but you know, there's our 20-point play with Crow Mother being the topper, and you know, just like that, he has to know we mean business. Like I said, and this is the other thing too. I mean, when I play against Hidden Cache, there's so many cards I'm worried about, you know, getting Philippud, or if that card gets taken away. There's no card, once it's been played and put on the board, that's of extreme value that I'm worried. I mean, we're just spamming units on the board. So when he Philippuds something, it doesn't matter. We don't lose something that's gonna... You know, we're not losing Anna Stranger, who's a powerful card engine. We aren't losing, you know, a dual card that's being taken from us that we can't reset. You know. So that's the great thing too, is we're just spamming cards, but at no real value if we lose any. You can remove any one of those cards, and they've already produced the value that we need, and they're no longer, you know, besides keeping points on the board, they're not engines. So that's what I really love about this deck, is it doesn't matter, you know, really what happens to the card after you've played it. And that's why I think that, you know, we didn't see much Shield Wall at all. But I'd love to, you know, I had a couple games against Shield Wall, but nothing really exciting. But that's why, go ahead, duel my cards. What are you going to remove that I have to have? Nothing. He does. Does he Philippa? I think he Philippa's here. Yeah. Great.
You'll suffer the consequences
I understand
of your
it's
foolishness.
helping him not play super tall with his coins, but
Back's acting up again.
look at that. I mean, and we haven't even known Neuromancied, you know. So it's I like to use Neuromancy at the end so that, you know, it's just kind of like a bonus. Do I grab any cards that I can with Brenna, and you know, maybe I get a chance to put another card on the board and discard the other one. So there it goes. That was kind of another last set I like to use as well. Jeez. Nothing he's gonna do is gonna make up that gap.
Same time next week.
So I decided to highlight an overwhelming hunger matchup because you know, I don't know. I know people have been saying Frost isn't so strong. I've seen some pretty strong Frost decks out there, but I think overwhelming hunger is still the more prevalent one. So I thought that this would be a good one to hide. I see a lot of this on pro rank, so I thought this would be certainly a good matchup to go. Certainly nice to always get our combo. Like I said, you know, we had our Neuromancy in our hand. You know, Operator could be tough to get in hand round one. Crow Messenger's not so much. So, you know, it's not, like I said, it's always nice to have Neuromancy at that point as well. I usually like to let larvas thrive up a little bit before I take them out. But, you know, just playing our typical round one combos that really are building the foundation for what the rest of the match needs to go. Obviously, it's always nice to get our discard combo rolling. So again, you know, remove a card. Really no big deal. Side scenario, there's not one card that gets removed that you're like, oh damn, my strategy's messed up. It's whether you've got the cards in your hand or not. About it. So before I go in Neuromancy, I always kind of try to like to see if I could get something brought into my hand first. Try to thin that out as much as possible. So I like to thin before Neuromancy, just because I thought, you know, I'd love Crow Mother in round one, but not the end of the world. And again, same thing. Here comes a mirror image. Nothing here that we lose is of value. But that was about the best value we'd see there. I mean, I feel like I could play fast with this deck, you know, because what I really don't feel like what, you know, besides decoction and your removal cards, it really doesn't matter what the other side of the board's doing too much either. So obviously we didn't even have to use a Neuromancy. We automatically get Crow Mothers in our hand, which means we're going to have a Neuromancy for round 2 and 3, which is certainly beautiful. Even if we don't pull scenario, which we do, we're fine. So getting Crow Mother out right away so that we do get the 20-point combo in round 3 is huge. You know, we don't have Axel in our hand, but we know we can bleed as much as we want to secure a powerful short round 3. You know, I'll tell you what, we got lucky. We're very happy to... I think we win this game even if he does kick Scenario out. But anytime we can bait Heat Wave out earlier is so nice. The one thing I'll say on Dream right there is there's a couple chances where I did miss combos where I play, you know, that card will grab 9 provisions from your opponent's graveyard. Or, you know, up to 9 provisions, I should say. So there's a lot of times where we played, I pulled Anna Stranger out from a Northern Realms game. We played some other good cards if we weren't able to get our Crow combo off in round 1. You know, which... So that card still has value. You know, we did a goal... in Monsters, we took a Goliath where they didn't have their you get the combo, so we were able to steal Goliath so that their Ozzy didn't have a good target, and heck, it was a 10-point play for us. So we get his Haunt out, which is beautiful because he knows. I mean, we're so high in points right now that he's got to understand that he thinks he's going to get 2-0'd here, which technically we could. I have 2-0'd if need be. I like to bleed, but you realize if he doesn't start playing his best stuff, then he's going to have to 2-0. So I do want to stop any consume on this demon there. He does play for 6. So right there, we hit the... He gets us on even. I mean, that's a perfect pass. Might as well take it. Here our last say. Get a Neuromancy back. We get a good. One thing I love about highlighting this game is you'll see we get a pretty, solid draw with our we get the 15-point combo with Brian, so it is certainly nice. It was always nice when you were able to draw into a discard card. And again, get 2 more cards cycled into your deck. So chances are, you know, when you do see Heat Wave, you also can expect Bomb Heaver in decks. You know, like I said, I'm trying to think about how many times we got our scenario removed from us. Gosh, I don't know. I would say probably about 50% of the time you're getting scenario taken away. That's why, you know, last game it's nice to highlight when they do get removed, just to say that, like, you know, I think there's a lot of decks that, you know, if scenario doesn't go off, you feel like your chances of winning are decreased so bad, and I don't know. I just don't feel like. I think one time I lost the game because we got our scenario burned. So yeah, we get it removed here again. No big deal. We still got big combos. Still, I mean, opponent's got full leader charges. We've got full leader
Gods
charges.
protect us.
Modern
That
frail
we're just
is patient.
right now too.
She brooks
We're
no insult.
building big value for Axel, who we can Neuromancy for. It just, I don't know, when this deck hits right, it just feels, it's so gratifying. And it's just nice that, like I said, you don't have to worry so much about, you know, I know when I play a lot of Northern Realms, if I get engines removed or stolen, they really can ruin my game plan. And it's just nice to not really have to deal with that stress with this deck. There's our Axel's going to be our Neuromancy target. It's a good chance to go ahead and take a larva off the board. And then we go ahead and proc a leader ability just to ruin his Durant here. I guess his Barghest is Caranthier target, I should say. I wonder if he did miss his Ethereal. So, Mr. Opponent, I'll tell you what, he does end up forfeiting decently early here, but I think we basically draw into our 15-point combo here with Bryn. It's so beautiful. I know, and like I said, Axel was going to play for huge points as well, so I mean, I don't think there's any way that our opponent catches up anyways, even though he has 3 charges left. But when we play our Bryn, we hit the 15-point combo, and I know at that point. Not going to Neuromancy quite yet. At least we thought.
So
and like I said, that's the perfect, literally the perfect. But again, when you're thinning the deck so well, so like I said, right there, there's the 15 points.
Just not getting in the way of the axe.
So we still have Axel, which would have played for huge, but we ain't gonna get it out.